Dredd. This is from Reliance Films, released September 21st, 2012, starring Carl Urban, produced by Derek Nair, written by Alex, or Deepak Nair, sorry, and written by Alex Garland, and directed by Pete Travis, who has done other big like action films like Vantage Point or City of Tiny Lights. The name Tiny Lights. It had a budget of $45 million and it flopped when it first came out. It only made $41.5 million when it came out. So yeah, but if you're not familiar, Dredd is it's a comic book superhero who basically always wears his helmet, and he's like this big guy, and he's takes place in the future. So where there's the law is there's judge, the police officer, judge, and executioner all has the same role, and he has to go on and protect the city and stuff. So this film, it was a 1995 film that did horribly and broke the main rule of Dredd, which is you don't take off that judge never takes off his helmet, which they did in the first 10 minutes of that film, but I'll talk about that film in the future. This one is pretty faithful for the most part to the comics and stuff, at least to the character. It's not based on one specific comic, but yeah. And yeah, so the guy Dredd always keeps his helmet on, and this one they added in a sidekick for him who is psychic, so she can't actually have her helmet on. So that was a neat little concept, and her name's like Christina, I think, in this film, and or Cassandra, one of those two. And yeah, she basically is psychic and tries to see forward ahead to find this drug lord that they're trying to find that's been causing a lot of problems in this one main tower in this futuristic city, because she controls this new drug that when you do it slows down time to like 1% for a certain duration of time, and is highly addictive, and it's taken over all 200, 2,000, whatever citizens of this place, and sleeping out into the town. It's gone so bad that the drug lord starts skinning people alive if they don't pay her and stuff. So they're investigating these murders, and they go from floor to floor basically trying to find and solve the case. Overall, this is actually a pretty good futuristic action film. There is a lot of action in it, and the story's cool. It's kind of told a day in the life, not over like a course of time. It's just you go in there, and it's what their day was like basically. It was pretty well put together, I thought. It was originally released in 3D, so you have those like silly 3D shots and stuff like that. But overall, it is a gory film and a violent film and a pretty well put together film. I think it's a little underrated. It's definitely dark, and the music's actually pretty cool in this film too. So overall, well put together. Definitely something. Something different from your typical blockbuster superhero films that are saturated and have very little to stand out, where this one is completely different and it stands out quite a bit, but too bad most people are brainwashed into the Disney junk, so didn't do too well. But overall, I thought it was pretty decent. If I was going to give this one a rating, I'd probably give it about a 4, only because it would have been cool seeing like Judge Death come in or some other villains from the comics, not just one that they made up at some generic villain for the film. They should have maybe tried to make it more, have like one of those more well developed characters from the comics in it. But other than that, it is still pretty decent. The acting is pretty good, it's well written, and that I know the director and the producer didn't see it. He's been like shoved to the side basically. The executive producer is the main one who put it together and stuff. And actually, it's done a decent job, but since it flopped, I don't think there's going to be any sequels, sadly. But if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. Trailer's linked down below as always. My Instagram's linked down below as well, where I post clips of films I'm going to review in the future on my stories, so make sure you follow me there. And make sure you like this video, share it if you really want to, subscribe, comment down below if you've seen this, let me know what you thought, and if there's other films out there that you want to hear my opinions on, comment those down below too. I'll be happy to tell them eventually. So, yeah, but I'm off now, so I'll see you in the next review.